Part 1. Why you overthink when speaking English. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to King English Podcast. Today, let's talk about something that every English learner faces: overthinking. Have you ever frozen in the middle of a sentence because you weren't sure if it was correct? Or maybe you wanted to say something simple, but your brain just went blank. Don't worry, you're not alone. Almost every English learner has been there, and today we'll discover why this happens and how to fix it. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's begin. Dialogue 1. The silent struggle. You're in a cafe. The barista smiles and asks, "How's your day?" You want to reply, but suddenly your brain starts overthinking. Should you say, "It's good," or "It's going well"? You check grammar rules in your head, translate from your language, and before you know it, the moment is gone. That silence? It's not because you don't know English, it's because your brain is doing too much at once. You're trying to be perfect, and perfection kills fluency. Shadowing practice 1. Repeat after me. Try saying these slowly and naturally. Don't wait for perfect English. Don't wait for perfect English. Just speak with confidence. Just speak with confidence. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. Fluency grows when you stop overthinking. Fluency grows when you stop overthinking. Dialogue 2. What's really happening in your brain? When you speak, your brain has to do many things at once. Remember words, form sentences, pronounce correctly, and stay calm. If you try to control them all consciously, your brain gets overloaded. This is what we call mind block. It's like trying to juggle 5 balls while doing math homework. Your mind freezes because it can't handle everything together. But the truth is, your brain already knows a lot of English. It just needs freedom, not pressure. Think about when you first learned to ride a bike. At first, you thought about every movement, the pedals, the balance, the steering. But later, it became automatic. Speaking English works the same way. Fluency is what happens when speaking becomes automatic. Shadowing practice 2. Repeat after me. Fluency is freedom. Fluency is freedom. My brain knows more English than I think. My brain knows more English than I think. Mistakes are part of learning. Mistakes are part of learning. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to be perfect. Dialogue 3. The fear behind the freeze. Now, let's talk about fear. Fear is the real reason most people overthink. You're afraid of making mistakes, of being judged, or of sounding funny. But remember, native speakers make mistakes all the time. They pause, say or use the wrong word, and nobody cares. You see, fluency is not about grammar. It's about connection. People remember your confidence, not your grammar. When I was in college, I froze during a presentation. I knew what to say, but I kept thinking, what if my grammar is wrong? After a long pause, I said nothing. That silence taught me something important. Perfectionism is the biggest enemy of fluency. Shadowing practice 3. Repeat after me. Fear blocks fluency. Fear blocks fluency. Connection is more important than perfection. Connection is more important than perfection. Speak from your heart. Speak from your heart. People care about your message, not your mistakes. People care about your message, not your mistakes. Dialogue 4. What talking without thinking really means. Talking without thinking doesn't mean speaking carelessly. It means speaking naturally. It means trusting what you already know and letting words flow. You don't need to translate every thought. You don't need to stop every few seconds to fix grammar. Just like music, English flows better when it's not interrupted. So from now on, when you speak, let it flow. Don't correct yourself mid-sentence. Just keep going. Shadowing practice 4. Repeat after me. Let your words flow. Let your words flow. Don't stop yourself. Don't stop yourself. Trust your brain. Trust your brain. Speak naturally, not perfectly. Speak naturally, not perfectly. So today, you learned why you overthink when speaking English, because of pressure, fear, and perfectionism. But remember this, you don't have to wait until you feel ready. You become ready by speaking. In the next part, we'll talk about how to train your brain to speak naturally, with real strategies and a 1-minute challenge. Until then, keep speaking, keep trying, and most of all, keep trusting yourself.
Part 2. How to train your brain to speak naturally. Welcome back to the King English Podcast. In the last episode, we talked about why you overthink when speaking English. Today, let's go deeper. Let's learn how to train your brain to speak naturally, without fear, without translation, and without getting stuck. This is not just about learning more vocabulary. It's about changing how your mind processes English. So, relax your shoulders, take a slow breath, and let's begin. Dialogue 1. Stop translating and start feeling English. The first step to speaking naturally is to stop translating in your head. When you translate, your brain switches between two languages. That's like running two programs on an old computer. It slows you down. Instead, start feeling English. Don't focus only on meaning. Focus on rhythm, emotion, and tone. For example, when someone says, "What's up?" don't translate it. Just feel it as a friendly hello. Start connecting English sounds directly to situations, not to your native language. Your brain learns best through emotion and context, not through word lists. Shadowing practice 1. Repeat after me. Say it slowly and clearly. I don't translate. I understand in English. I don't translate. I understand in English. I connect English with feelings, not words. I connect English with feelings, not words. I learn through real situations. I learn through real situations. I speak with emotion. I speak with emotion. Dialogue 2. Build small speaking loops. Many learners think they need to speak long sentences to be fluent. That's not true. Fluency begins with small speaking loops, short patterns your brain can use automatically. For example, repeat simple loops like I think, I feel like, in my opinion, I'm not sure, but... These small loops help your brain build natural rhythm and confidence. When you use them often, your speech becomes smooth and automatic, like driving without thinking about every turn. Shadowing practice 2. Repeat after me. Try these short loops with natural rhythm. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I feel like going out today. I feel like going out today. I'm not sure, but maybe you're right. I'm not sure, but maybe you're right. In my opinion, practice makes perfect. In my opinion, practice makes perfect. Dialogue 3. Listen like a musician. Fluent speakers don't just hear English, they listen like musicians. They notice tone, rhythm, and flow. Every language has its own music, and English has a very special melody. Try to shadow short clips from movies, podcasts, or YouTube. Don't worry about meaning first, just copy rhythm and intonation. This trains your mouth and ears to move in sync. Even 5 minutes of daily shadowing can rewire your brain to think in English sound patterns. And when sound becomes familiar, speaking becomes easy. Shadowing practice 3. Repeat after me. Focus on flow and melody. English is music. English is music. I listen and repeat like a song. I listen and repeat like a song. I follow the rhythm, not just the words. I follow the rhythm, not just the words. My mouth learns through sound. My mouth learns through sound. Dialogue 4. Practice under real pressure. Here's something important. Your brain learns fastest under real pressure. That means you need moments when you actually speak to people, even if it feels uncomfortable. Join a small English group, talk to friends online, or record yourself speaking. When you speak under real conditions, your brain stops focusing on mistakes and starts focusing on connection. At first, it might feel scary, but every real conversation is like a gym workout for your brain. The more you speak, the stronger your English muscle becomes. Shadowing practice 4. Repeat after me. Say it with energy. Real speaking builds real fluency. Real speaking builds real fluency. I grow by practicing under pressure. I grow by practicing under pressure. Every mistake makes me stronger. Every mistake makes me stronger. I train my English muscle every day. I train my English muscle every day. Dialogue 5. Make English a daily habit. You don't need hours of study. You need consistency. 5 minutes a day is better than 2 hours once a week. Create an English environment. Set your phone to English. Watch short clips or speak your thoughts out loud in English. For example, while cooking, describe what you're doing. I'm cutting vegetables. I'm making soup. It may sound simple, but this builds fluency naturally. Your goal is to make English a part of your life, not just a subject you study. Shadowing practice 5. Repeat after me. English is part of my daily life. English is part of my daily life. I practice a little every day. I practice a little every day. I speak to myself in English. I speak to myself in English. Small steps build big results. Small steps build big results. Dialogue 6. Reward your brain.
Part 3. How to think in English automatically. Welcome back to King English Podcast. You've made it to the final part of this series. In Part 1, we talked about why you overthink when speaking English. In Part 2, we learned how to train your brain to speak naturally. And now, in Part 3, let's explore something even deeper. How to think in English automatically. When you can think in English, everything changes. You stop translating. You stop hesitating. You start speaking smoothly, naturally, and confidently. So today, let's train not your mouth, but your mind. Dialogue 1. Why thinking in English is the real goal. Let's be honest. You can't speak freely if your thoughts are still in your first language. When your brain has to translate each sentence, it slows you down. That's why you pause, hesitate, or forget words. Thinking in English removes that delay. It allows your ideas to move directly from your mind to your mouth. You don't have to build every sentence. It just flows. It's like listening to your favorite song. You don't think about each note. You just feel the rhythm. That's what happens when you truly start thinking in English. Shadowing. Practice 1. Repeat after me. I think directly in English. I don't translate my thoughts. My ideas flow naturally. English feels natural in my mind. Dialogue 2. Create your inner voice in English. We all have an inner voice, that small voice in our head that talks all the time. To think in English, you simply need to change that voice to English. Start small. When you wake up, think, it's a beautiful morning. When you eat, think, this tastes good. When you're tired, think, I need some rest. Don't worry about being perfect. The goal is not correctness, it's comfort. Make English the background voice of your daily life. At first, it will feel strange, but soon, your brain will start to prefer English naturally. Shadowing practice. To repeat after me, my inner voice speaks English. I think in simple sentences. I don't judge my English. English is my daily language. Dialogue 3. Stop translating. Start visualizing. When you see something, your brain automatically gives it meaning. So instead of translating words, connect them directly to images or feelings. For example, when you see the word sunrise, don't think of the translation. Just picture the morning sky, the light, and the warmth. When you hear coffee, imagine the smell, the taste, the feeling. This is how children learn their first language, through images and emotions, not dictionaries. And it's how your brain builds automatic English thinking. Shadowing. Practice 3. Repeat after me. I connect English with pictures. I understand through images, not translation. My mind sees, feels, and thinks in English. English becomes part of my world. Dialogue 4. Use the 3-second rule here. A small but powerful exercise. The 3-second rule. When you want to speak, give yourself only 3 seconds to respond. If you can't find a perfect word, use a simple one and move on. For example, if you forget the word exhausted, just say very tired. If you can't remember confused, say I don't understand. Your goal is not to sound perfect. It's to keep your thoughts moving, because fluency is not speed, it's flow. The more you practice this, the more automatic your thinking becomes. Shadowing practice 4. Repeat after me. I don't wait for perfect words. I speak with flow, not fear. I express ideas simply. Fluency means freedom. Dialogue 5. Practice self-talk every day here. A secret that fluent speakers use, self-talk. Talking to yourself in English is one of the fastest ways to think naturally. Describe what you're doing right now. Say your thoughts out loud. For example, I'm washing the dishes. I'm walking to work. I'm thinking about dinner. You can do this anywhere, at home, on the bus, even in your head. It trains your mind to stay in English, even when you're alone. Over time, it becomes automatic. You'll start thinking in English without trying. Shadowing practice 5. Repeat after me. I talk to myself in English every day. I describe my actions and thoughts. My brain stays active in English. I think automatically in English. Dialogue. 6. Surround yourself with English thinking. In English becomes easier when your environment supports it. You don't need to live abroad. You can immerse yourself anywhere. Change your phone and apps to English. Listen to English podcasts while cooking or walking. Watch shows with English subtitles. Read short quotes or articles every morning. Your brain adapts to what it sees and hears most. If you fill your world with English, your mind will start using it naturally. Shadowing practice 6. Repeat after me. I surround myself with English. I listen and read in English daily. My environment helps my fluency. English feels like home. Dialogue 7. Be patient. Automatic thinking takes time. Thinking in English is a journey, not a race. You can't force your brain to change overnight, but every small step, every word, every sentence brings you closer. Some days will feel easy, and some days will feel hard. That's okay. Progress is not about speed. It's about consistency. Be kind to yourself. Fluency grows quietly, one thought at a time. Shadowing practice 7. Repeat after me. I'm patient with my progress. I trust my learning journey. I'm improving every day. English is becoming my second nature. Closing scene. Final reflection. So, my friend, this is the final step, to think in English automatically. You've learned to speak without fear. You've learned to trust your voice. And now, you've learned to let English live inside your thoughts. From now on, don't wait for the right moment to speak perfectly. Start thinking in English right now, while you walk, eat, work, or dream. Every word you think is a small victory. Every sentence you whisper is a new connection in your brain. And one day, without even noticing, you'll realize you're not translating anymore. You're just living in English. Shadowing. Practice 8 final affirmations. English flows naturally in my mind. I speak and think with confidence. I don't translate. I express. I live in English every day.